Happy weekend, happy Father's Day to all the fathers, and welcome to our 8th episode of Steps to a Successful Construction Project. Today, I want us to look at communication as another step of a successful construction project. And the word communication, what does it mean to us? Communication is simply the exchange of information. The exchange of information by means of, for instance, by means of writing, speaking, and in the case of engineering, sketching, and so. Means of or exchange of information by means of speaking, be it through the phone, be it verbally, physically, by means of writing, by means of sketching. That is simply what we mean by communication. And communication is a very important tool in every relationship, be it a love relationship, a financial relationship, a business relationship, a football relationship. There is communication without which nothing will move. But now I want to look at the importance of it in our construction site. That is what we want to look at. How important is communication to our successful project? One of the most important things about communication in a construction project is that once there is good communication, it ensures that the project is achieved within time and project and budget. Once there is good communication, we can have our project output achieved within time and budget. That's one of the most important things in the construction field. Now, the next thing about communication is that it increases productivity. Communication in the construction site increases productivity. Literally, this is what they teach theoretically, but with experience, I will elaborate why is important. Why is communication so important? Now, as an engineer, communication to you helps you most especially to understand the needs of a client, because it's not every client that is a technician. When you go to the hospital, the doctor asks you what is wrong with you. You explain. What you are explaining does not have a name. The best you can say is that I have body pains, and it's the doctor that will give you the name that is malaria, and so on. It's the same thing between engineering and project owners. When there is communication, it helps you to understand their needs, it helps you to understand their expectation, and it ensures that you give them a satisfactory output based on the explanation. And this can only be achieved through communication. Yes, it can only be through communication, because good communication ensures trust between you and the client, between you and the workers, between you and the clients and other collaborators, be it the workers. If you are the leader of that project, you need to communicate. You need to create an avenue of trust between you and your workers, between you and your client, and why not the public. This can only be gotten through communication. What do I mean by all of this? For instance, we have a project. We start by doing the planning of the project. This project will take us 1 week. Construction of a foundation of 2 rooms, 2-room foundation, is taking us 1 week. We do a planning. Planning is part of communication. We discuss it among stakeholders and other collaborators. Now, We have a schedule that on Monday we are doing setting out. On Tuesday we are doing excavation. On Wednesday we are doing this. All of this we have to discuss, every member of the team. You who is supplying material, because we are doing this day, you have to bring your material this day. You who is the electrician, the plumber, the builder, all of us must team up and be committed to deliver according to time. And this is only achieved by communication. Now, if tomorrow, I know that we are supposed to do setting out, and you get to the site, you discover that because of some natural occurrence that you cannot change, it was raining, so you were unable to get board to do setting out. What do? Do you just close and go home and see that you have not done the setting out? You go and do it tomorrow. Once you stop and go back tomorrow to that place without communicating the other stakeholders of your setbacks, know that you have failed. We cannot have a successful construction project, because B is already waiting to act on the second day. C is waiting to act on the third day. It means if you, A, who is supposed to act on day one, fails to act, you have to communicate the other stakeholder to readjust their plan. I'm telling you this from from experience. That you go to the site, the builder is there. He was supposed to concrete navies today. Maybe because the supplier failed to supply cement or rod, so navy has not been concreted today. He stays. He does not come back maybe to a forum, a communication forum, to say, look, you the plumber, you cannot work tomorrow. You the electrician, you cannot work tomorrow because we had delays. He sits, he goes there. Maybe the plumber is leaving from Yaoundé to go to Douala and vice versa, and he arrives when his tax is not due. He returns. We have missed a day and we cannot deliver on time because there was never effective communication. This is between workers. Now, between workers, between you, the engineer, the contractor, and the project owner. How important is this communication? The only reason why communication is so important between you and the project owner is one, or the only reasons, let me not say the only reason. One is that you have to understand what he wants, his need, his expectation. You put it down in a sketch. Two, by communicating with him, you make him understand that you have understood what he wants or it requires of the project, and you create an atmosphere of trust that he can come back at any time to ask you a question and you give him the detailed explanations. Do you agree with me? The thing is, those episodes at times they will become longer, but it's really some of those topics like communication, supervision are topics for classrooms, not for social media. Otherwise, it becomes so lengthy. But let us take out the major points that we can learn from it, not necessarily the whole episode. We should take out what is important in communication. That is the exchange of information by means of speaking, writing, sketching, and others for the purpose of a successful output. Thank you and happy Father's Day to you. See you again next week. Bye-bye.